Good evening, everyone. It's Monday evening, and I'm trying to get the last, should be the last load of slurry finished in on one of our bits of grazing ground. We've had a mostly dry day today, but in the last hour or so it's just started to mizzle rain a little bit, which was forecast. This plot that I'm slurrying at the minute is a plot that we have allocated for one batch of our suckler cows. So we'll be putting 20 cows and calves up here, and we'll a bull too, obviously. So if the weather ever grows, if the weather ever improves to a point where we've got a bit of grass growth, this is where the one batch will be going. It is, you might have heard me, some of my older viewers may have heard me in previous videos talking about up here. It's the old golf course. It was a golf course up until, I suppose about 5 years ago, and the golf course then closed down, and we've been farming it for about 4 years, I think, altogether. Yeah, so it's split into two different sections, this particular piece of land. There's about 25 acres in it altogether, and the bit that we've slurried first has about something around 11, maybe 12 acres in it. It's slightly smaller than the front piece. This is the front piece now that we're just entering here now. I hadn't got my GoPro with me earlier on when I was doing it in daylight, and it has restricted me now that it's only this last load after dark that I'm getting the video. So anybody who doesn't like the nighttime videos, I apologise. Yeah, it's quite hilly ground. This parts of it is quite damp as well, and it is starting to get a little bit greasy after the rain. Conditions were very good earlier on, I must say, until this rain has arrived. I've got quite a steep hill here now, as we're just travelling across to get into the second part of it, where we've been slurrying. Yeah, in the whole piece of land there's something just slightly over 80 acres in it. Part of it we cut hay in, but there's about 12 acres over along the road out further that we cut for hay, and there's also we've had spring barley in about 37 acres of it over the last 3 years. First year, no problems. It was a fair good year. We took a hell of a crop of barley off it. It averaged over 3 tonne per acre. But the last 2 years it's been lodged because of the weather, and we've struggled to get. 2 years ago we got about 2 tonne per acre on it, which, well, we thought that was bad. until last year come along and it was a little over 1.5 tons per acre, which was absolutely ridiculous. It is very good ground. It grows fantastic crops of grass and barley, but the problem is when we've bad weather like we've had for the past couple of years, it has kind of snookered us from let's see, where am I? I have to go in here. Yeah, kind of snookers you from getting the cut when you need to. So with all the bad weather last year, we ended up not getting a cut when we needed to. It all lodged like a lot of other people around the country, and the crops were terribly poor. So this year we're not putting any spring barley in it. We're going to put maize silage in it. We may have a customer for the maize silage, so we'll be growing it on custom, possibly, or maybe he may grow it himself. We're going to plough it anyway. That's all I know so far, but the rest of it is still to be decided. It'll be decided in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, it'll be something a little bit different. It's a bit of a pain spreading up here because of you've got a lot of trees planted all around the place. I think I did do a bit of a slurrying video last year up here. Well, it wouldn't have been this early. I didn't really start doing these kind of YouTube farming vlogs until it was around the middle of the year, so it would have been, I would have been just up slurrying it after it was grazed at some point last year. Well, I'm nearly sure I have a video up of that, but so I probably have said some of this already. Like it really is a pain when you come around having to slurry it with all the trees in it. But on the other side of it, the trees do provide a lot of shelter for the cows and calves, and even on the coldest, wettest day, with a lot of wind, it still doesn't seem to matter. There's always good shelter in it, so it has got its good points. Now, luckily enough, I haven't got very much to do here. It's only a bit of a triangle left to spread. So it's another little piece of the grazing ground finished. There's really only one other piece of grazing ground that I'd like to get slurried at some point this week, and that will kind of take the pressure off with what we got to get out at the minute. We don't, as a rule, spread any fertilizer this time of the year on any of the grazing, because we have quite a bit of slurry, and because of the type of slurry it is, that a lot of it comes off the beef cattle. It is powerful enough. There's a very good response out of it, so it just means that we can save our fertilizer till a little bit later on. Yeah, so if we get that other piece slurried on the grazing, it would mean then that in another week or a couple of weeks, if it dries up, we can get going at we'll then slurry our hay ground, or some of our hay ground, and also we'll slurry our silage ground. We usually aim to try and get our first cut of silage, try and get it cut around the first week in in June. Really depends on the weather. We don't go for really any earlier than that. We have cut in the last week of May, but that's really about the height of it. It depends on the weather. If the weather is showing good last week in May, we'll be ready and we'll cut it then. But we aim to have it cut by the end of the first week in June. That's because at that stage the quality is still okay for us. It's not like we're dairy where we need really high quality silage. We just need good quality silage, and we want it to bulk fairly well, so hence why we give it that extra bit of time. Yeah, our calf that was a little under the weather yesterday has made a full recovery, which is great. I put a video up last night, kind of a little bit of an update video, and it covered the calf being a little under the weather as well, but for some reason YouTube blocked it on me. Some people did get to see it, but it was only really up for, I'd say, maybe about half an hour before they blocked it. And the reason I think they blocked it was because I put sick calf in the title of it. Whatever it had threw up something or other that YouTube weren't happy with. So I've had to take it down, and I will re-upload it again just before this video, so maybe some of you have watched the other video before this one. We're fairly well covered in here now, just driving in through some of those trees. The trees are kind of planted in lines to suit the fairways, so there is places where they're a little spread out and a little harder to slurry by, but over this side here it's not too bad. It's just like a wall of trees. There's a couple of places where you can duck in and out through them, but as a rule it's a matter of just yeah, it's just spread up and down alongside it. That's us now. Just going to head back to the yard.